evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Billy Perkins. First, I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight. I will be presenting to you a speech entitled, Churches Should Make Marriage Ministry a Priority. According to the Bible, according to the Bible, marriage acts is more than a physical act. It is an act of sharing. It is an act of communion. It is an act of total self-giving, whether the husband give himself completely to his wife, and wife give herself to the husband, in which a way that two actually become one flesh, said Wayne Mack. However, how we define marriage today often depends on how we were raised in our views of the world. We notice very different views about marriage in our surrounding. Many people get married for non-biblical reasons, for the love strong, not for love or a strong family, but for love of money. Many people are tithes denied and have no plan for having a long life commitment. While focus on the family suggests that 40% of marriages in America end in divorces. Mike Fielding states, if you want a stronger marriage, help in church, and help couples grow in their relationship with Christ and with others. For these reasons, every church should have an intentional marriage ministry, whether big or small. The church should be that one place for couples to run to when you married is in trouble, and not the place where couples are running from because they are too focused on looking perfect in front of church while living a lie that eventually tears up generations. The church divorce rate is about the same as the world and should not be that way. Jonathan notes in Matthew 2:13 and 16 that in state has not the one God made you? You belong to him, and in body and spirit. And what does the one God seek? Godly offsprings. So be on guard, and do not be unfaithful to the wife of your youth. You weep and wail because he no longer looks with favor on your offering or accept them with pleasure from your hand. You ask why. It is because the Lord is the witness between you and the wife of your youth. You have been unfaithful to her. Though she is your partner, the wife of your marriage bond, the church cannot ignore the fact that God honors marriage in a very special way. Jonathan goes on to say, it's easy to see why God despises divorces. He stands on high, look down on the destruction of his first institution. He sees children suffering greatly and shed many tears at the hand of surface adults who cannot fulfill vows and work out the problems. He sees his children break his commandment, and his children learn to do the same. This can be done. John rather adds to this conversation by noting the effects of our children today that came from broken families, including the alcoholic, addiction, and misfits. We are like God's order. We will look at God's order of marriage, and we will see the marriage was created before the church itself. We see the effects of the marriage in the feminine ministry. For the church is an example of the great prophets Azel and Samuel, who loved God with all their heart and has risen children who did not follow him. If the church placed marriages ministry in their program initially, the church can be another connection point for the family to grow together and be a place of solution where there are tough times hit. So how can a church get started with a marriage ministry? David Willis said that there are 5 easy steps that a church could take to start this ministry. Step one is to have marriage-focused classes in a small group. This can be done through Sunday school or another day of the week when members are already at church. Step two, it is to train and have marriage coaches in your church family who, as Willis says, agree to meet with couples in a crisis of a period of a time or encouragement or mentorship or support. Step three is to have marriage retreats where couples can get away and refresh themselves. Step four is to teach them about marriage and family in the pastorship, in the pastor's service as regular part of a Sunday or Saturday or Sunday service, so that even those who are not married can be a part of the family conversation and what God wants to them to look like. Will's last step is to simply provide marriage resource for your church family that match with the entire church family age level. Many of the resources are free and can be found online. If our churches would just invest some prayer, time, and money for marriage resource, I know we will change the outlook on marriages and have more healthy families in our congregation. With one-on-one and small group program, like saving your marriage before it starts, to prepare people before and during engagement and the art of marriage, to prepare people after marriage. Surely there are materials out there that can help a church start an individual marriage program. What is $60 to $100 for a marriage program that has the power to reach hundreds and thousands of couples and families? This simple investment can help change even millions in the generation to come. For as David Willis points out, making marriage a priority in your ministry is one of the most effective ways to build stronger families, stronger churches. Churches should indeed make marriage ministry a priority. Again, thank you for coming and be blessed. I know I tore that all up.